Welcome everyone. Welcome to Purplelunarose Tarot and Astrology. Tonight I'm going to be reading for all 12 signs, and we are looking at the week of February 8th through the 14th. So this is Valentine's Day week for those of you guys that will be celebrating. However, your biggest cosmic influence this week, the 8th through the 14th, will actually be Saturn moving into Aries. Saturn's actually returning into Aries after a retrograde period, and this energy is bringing us extra strength and discipline. So we've talked a lot about Saturn moving into Aries, and here it is, right? This is immediately following the Leo full moon, which we just experienced. And next week, of course, we will be talking about the Aquarius solar eclipse. Guys, please remember we are multi-streaming. So tonight I'm on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch all at the same time. I will put timestamps in the description box immediately following the live stream. And I will start with the fire signs. We will break down each individual zodiac sign. And like I said, I'll put the timestamps in after the live stream is over. I did receive messages. I did see them right before I hit the live button. I was not able to reply, so I do apologize for that. My phone has been super busy today. Super busy. So we're going to talk a little bit about that energy. I almost pulled up the current chart to share with you guys tonight, but I didn't get enough time and I didn't get it pulled up there. But if you guys are able to pull up the current astrology chart, check it out. There's so much energy in Aquarius right now. The energy does feel very chaotic, to use a friend's words. I got a message right before the live stream started, and they were asking if other people are reporting a little bit of chaos, a little bit of chaotic energy. It feels very intense. And I think that the chaotic energy is because we're not sure what's coming or what's happening. A lot of the energy that we're experiencing is first time. We've never felt it. We've never experienced it in our lifetime. There's not been anyone around us that has experienced it. So it's energy that's 250 years old, right? So Pluto in Aquarius definitely has a lot to do with that. And if you look at today's chart, you see all those other planets in Aquarius. All those planets had to go by Pluto and definitely have taken on Pluto. Kind of like empowers each planet's energy, if that makes sense, right? So all of that energy in Aquarius right now is very heightened and could definitely feel very spread out, sporadic, chaotic, unknown. We're not sure where to go, what to do. The first thing I feel like Spirit told me when I woke up this morning is stay calm today. I was in the car and I was getting everything warmed up. It was super cold out there early this morning. And that was like the first message, the first guidance that I got before I pulled out of the driveway. I was definitely reminded to breathe a lot during the day. So you guys may have felt that energy as well. So yes, it is very collective. It does feel like things are coming to some type of peak. I really don't like to, I don't know, I guess discuss it too much because I feel like you get a lot of readers that, try to describe the energy and it sounds very doomsday-ishy. You know what I mean? It sounds very like, oh, end of the world. Is some big stuff happening right now? Well, of course, turn your TV on, right? Open your phone. So all over the world, the whole world is being impacted by this energy. So not just the US. However, Pluto is directly across from the US. So it's kind of like we're starting the energy and the rest of the world is feeling the impact, if that makes any sense. So that is what's happening. It is new to us. It could feel, like I said, very messy, chaotic, unknown. And the trick is definitely going to be to stay grounded. The trick is going to be to practice all your breathing techniques that you've learned through your spiritual awakening, all your grounding techniques that you've learned through your spiritual awakening. Come to find out, Spirit didn't teach us all of these things just for the fun of it, right? Like there's actual meaning behind all the lessons that we've been receiving in our spiritual awakening time, that we're actually going to use all of those things. And I do feel that there are many of you for a while, right? PLR has been here for a little bit. So I feel like for those of you that have been around for a little while, you're probably noticing a lot of people around you also going through some stuff, right? You're noticing people reaching out to you. Maybe they didn't know that you went through a spiritual awakening yourself. Maybe they just see how you live your life today. Maybe they see peace within you and they're looking for that peace within themselves, right? And they just need a little help into tuning into that energy, if that makes sense. And so, yeah, I feel like a lot of the chaos is going to be drawn to us. It's going to be all around us. And I do feel that a lot of us felt a lot of these energies maybe a little bit sooner than other people, so that we could become grounded and calm and protect our peace at all costs, right? I feel like that's been the biggest lesson for me today, was protect my peace at all costs. I will say something that I feel helped. I know we talk about this all the time, but I do see new energy and everyone kind of popping in and out. So I just want to mention it for if you're new. On a spiritual awakening, definitely surrendering to Spirit's guidance. It's how we created purplelunarose. It's why we're here today, right? Every reading I do, everything I create, everything that I put together or offer through PLR is, guided through Spirit, right? That's how I get here. I didn't just all of a sudden wake up one day and have all this information. And then I just share the guidance that I receive with you guys, right? So today, the guidance for me was stay calm, stay grounded, remember my breathing, practice my breathing techniques in those times where things got challenging. And the last thing was to stay quiet, to stay quiet. And I will say, for me, if you guys know me, especially if you know me personally, that's super hard. I have a lot of Aries in my chart. So I have my sun is in Aries. I have Mars in Aries. Mars is the planet that is like the aggressive type of warrior planet, right? The protector. And then your sun kind of amplifies everything. So keep that in mind. And then I also have Mercury in Aries. So Mercury in Aries is very blunt, very honest, very truthful. First one to say it, doesn't need to wait for anyone, not a follower, definitely a leader, right? So when Spirit told me today that one of the ways I would get through the chaos and through the unsettling energies was to be calm and to stay quiet. So I don't know, that helped me. It may help you. Everybody's journey is different, of course, but if you're looking for new things to try as you're going through the chaos of just everyday life, that could be beneficial, right? All right, guys, get comfortable. These are normally lengthy. I've decided to stop rushing Spirit, and I've, like I said, completely surrendered. I will put timestamps in. I am going to start with the fire signs, and we are going to start right out of the gate with Aries first. All right, I see everybody coming in. Natalie Brown, welcome. Miss Tina, welcome. Diana. All right, here we go, ladies. Let's start Aries. Let's do 929. The nines could be significant, Aries. Definitely could be an energy of closure, wrapping something up, closing an old cycle, getting ready to start a new cycle. I'm going to start out with the Enchanted Soul Tarot. So we're going to use the tarot for the main spread. and then we'll use some oracle for guidance. How's the music, guys? Not too loud? All right, Aries, you got Leo energy coming out right out the gate here. Strength card, Major Arcana. Bottom of the deck, we do have the Fool card. So it's like Spirit's asking you to go through some type of doorway, some portal. I feel like this is probably something that's been asked of you before. There's this energy of like patiently waiting till you're ready for something. The Fool card is about new beginnings, new cycles. Like I said, when we've seen those 9s in your timestamp. The Leo energy is sticking out to me for your energy of the week. So it's very possible, Aries, that the Leo full moon was very impactful. I told all my closest friends that the Leo full moon gave us courage, the courage that we needed to be able to persevere or push through the weeks ahead until we reach that Aquarius solar eclipse. If you study astrology, I definitely feel, and let me know if you agree with me, that the energy kind of takes this upshift, right around that Aquarius solar eclipse around February 17th. And then, of course, it just continues to like spike upwards really all the way until Jupiter starts to make those big transits. But the beginning of March, of course, is very exciting. And of course, my birthday, April 17th, of course, the Aries, right, is going to be that Aries new moon. So I feel like that's going to be kind of like where it comes to, I don't know, the pentacle moments, as they say, right? So strength card, Leo energy, full moon is giving me, it's very possible that you gain some strength to help you push through or persevere through something, Aries. All right, now I'm going to look at the challenge or obstacle that you may experience in the week of February 8th through the 14th. We do have Ace of Swords coming out. I'm not sure, Aries, if you're wanting new communication or if there's some type of challenge or struggle in understanding some type of new communication. I will pull some more tarot and we'll clarify, but let's go ahead and keep going. So the next card that I'm looking at, and guys, in case I never mentioned it, I feel like I have, Spirit helps me create the spreads as well, right? And we've been using the same spread since we started PLR. So the challenge or obstacle is, again, either wanting new communication or feeling like you don't understand the new communication. The next card I'm going to look at is going to tell me the lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. Two of Coins is here. Two of Coins is like you're feeling stretched in too many directions, or you feel like you're struggling to get your grounding, or you're struggling to get your footing. I feel like it's that struggling to feel grounded energy, right? Everything feels up in the air. That word chaotic or chaos is coming to mind again. Let's look at the outcome for Aries. We do have the Eight of Swords coming out. So Eight of Swords could be breaking free from some type of self-restriction. And I think that's what it is. It's like you finally start to protect your energy and really understand the importance of staying grounded as things around you could be new or maybe challenging to comprehend or understand. All right, and I think all of that has to do with that Fool card, which is about new beginnings, new cycles. So it's like you're at an old cycle, Aries, and maybe you're struggling to understand how it's going to move forward or what the next steps are. It's also very possible that you're stretching yourself too thin. I felt that today as well. Putting too much on your plate type of energy. There's not really a lot that you can do when there's a lot going on. I mean, you can check out and you can go home and protect your energy and be like, yes, I'm just going to do me. and tell everybody no and just not do anything. Absolutely. If you feel like you need to do that, Aries, of course, do that. But I don't think that's what it is, because Aries doesn't tend to do that. I think it's more about finding the balance. Finding the balance. You don't want to overgive, but you don't want to undergive when it comes to what it is that you need, Aries. All right, let's clarify a little bit. I'm going to use the Gilded Tarot. Look at that, right from the start. I don't know if you guys can see it. The Lovers comes out. It's Gemini energy. It's choosing yourself. So big confirmation. It's choosing yourself. It's understanding the importance of not depleting yourself, the importance of staying balanced, the importance of your own healing journey. And the idea is, I know that we see the Lovers card and we're like, oh, two happy people and they live happily ever after. And that would be great if that was like the truth. But the card actually talks about two people that have to learn how to choose themselves so they can learn how to replenish themselves, so that when they do come together, they come together as two wholes. It's not one half of me and one half of somewhere else, right? We're individual whole. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's like you're needing strength to know when to choose yourself, Aries. Know when to speak up for yourself. Know when to speak your truth. It's also very possible that this week you get some type of breakthrough, some type of clarity and understanding, and something that you've been trying to figure out when it comes to having the strength needed to choose yourself, Aries. I think that's it. All right, Ace of Swords comes out. We do see the Two of Pentacles again. Two of Pentacles, Two of Coins, same energy, same card, two different tarot sets. So when this happens, it's definitely strong confirmation. You're feeling stretched. You're feeling like there's not enough of you to go around. Seven of Cups is here. Confusion. Too many options. And Ace of Cups, overflow of emotion. Also, Aries, if you're struggling with your intuition. So at this point, okay, so I'm live streaming. It's February 5th, 2026. If you're watching me, you know what intuition is. If you're watching me, you're learning or already are trusting and following your intuition. And I think that is the importance of protecting our energies and staying balanced. That's what I was going to say earlier. Like, Spirit didn't teach us all of this stuff so that we could go find a little cabin in the woods and just hide and just kind of hold on to all this information and not share it with anybody and not use it, right? Like, that would be completely pointless. Spirit taught us all these things through our spiritual awakening so that we could use them in our everyday life, right? So that we could create the life that we wanted instead of experiencing life just happening to us. Does that make sense? Do you guys agree? Like, you feel like that's what's happening in your spiritual awakening? So it's about finding the balance. It's about understanding how much you can give and how much time you need for yourself. It's hard to hear your intuition when you're surrounded by loudness, right? It's hard to hear your intuition. It's hard to control your thoughts. It's hard to know how you feel when you're surrounded by chaos. And chaos is just life, right? Like, it's just life. If you're not living in chaos, if you don't feel like the world is chaotic to you right now, then you're living under a rock somewhere. Or you're ignoring what's happening and you're just living in denial. So if you're Aries and you feel like everything that's going on around you is impacting how you're able to hear your intuition, if you're struggling to trust your gut and what decisions you need to be making when it comes to giving and receiving, staying grounded. And I mean, yes, go touch the trees. Do it. Do it. Take your shoes off, run through the grass. Absolutely. But actually implementing the things that you've learned through your awakening is what's going to help you in this time. It's what's going to help you be able to hear the message that Spirit is trying to send, the next steps that you need to take. All right, I'm going to pull the Sacred Traveler for guidance for Aries. Ascending the mountain, keep going forward. It's that keep pushing energy. Joy and delight, open your heart to joy. And navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. I love that this card comes out because the energy feels very new to Aries. And I think that's funny because Aries is the first zodiac sign. It's usually the first sign to go through anything, right? Because it's the first in line. Does that make sense? So it's usually not scared to go first or to experience something first, but it definitely seems like for this Aries energy, there's a little bit of hesitancy. There's a little bit of like, oh my gosh, I'm not ready. There's a little bit of like, I don't know if this is something that I could even do. And Spirit is definitely asking Aries to, it's almost like you've been doing it. So just keep and continue moving forward on your journey. The navigating by the stars, follow your bliss. When you look at this card, there's a new moon eclipse back there in the back. Love that. But when you see that card, it kind of looks kind of scary. Like it's a lot darker than the other cards, right? And the moonlight isn't very bright. And it's like, you don't know, you can't really see. Your faith is going to have to really be strong in this time, right? So Patty, welcome. All right, Aries, I'm going to close it out. I'm going to pull the Moonology Oracle. And I like to pull these at the end. These help with your thoughts and emotions. I do feel like this is a very emotional week for Aries. The energy is gaining momentum. So big confirmation of what I said right before we started the Aries reading. Work through your fears. It's new moon and Scorpio. And last one, be bold and make the first move. How interesting. Remember, bottom of the deck for your main spread was the Fool card. So Aries, it's time. It's time. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. I'm going to clean up, guys. We're going to move on to Leo. How do you do? 23. Where do we start? 9. Oh, that's not too bad. Not too bad. All right, so Leo is next. We just had that Leo full moon. How was the full moon for everyone? A lot of releasing beliefs for me. I feel like caused me to get a little wary. The full moon definitely gave me a little extra courage, strength to push through, right? All right, let's timestamp Leo. Let's do 24:34 for Leo. Leo, this is February 8th through February 14th. I'm going to start out with the Enchanted Soul Tarot. I'm going to start with your energy of the week. So we have the Hermit. Virgo energy coming out. It's interesting to me, the Hermit card in the Enchanted Soul Tarot, there's actually a tower. She is sitting on top of the tower. I do see the clock. There could be something about timing. Leos, it's almost like something, what's the phrase? I mean, I don't want to say the bad word, but it's like something's hitting the fan type of energy. The interesting part is that she's sitting on top of that tower, so it's almost like she was waiting for it. Something could be happening that's not really taking you by surprise. We have Five of Swords coming out for your challenge or obstacle. Five of Swords says there could be some conflict. There could be some type of struggle. You could feel defeated. Maybe like you've had to make some type of sacrifice. Lesson learned to help you with that challenge or obstacle. We do have the Justice card coming out. Look at the major arcana is coming out for Leo. So Justice card, Libra energy, strongly. And it does say that a great injustice has been done. It's about balance, fairness. It's in lesson learned. All right, here it is. Let's look at the potential outcome for Leo. I love it. The sun comes out. I was a little nervous, Leo. I'm not going to lie, a little nervous. Three of Swords is on the bottom. There is some type of emotional pain, sadness, tears. It feels like something you're overcoming. So the Hermit is very much like Dark Night of the Soul energy, but this is Enchanted Soul Tarot. And there's something about the way that she's sitting on top of that tower. It's like something is happening, some type of drastic change is happening. Definitely could feel like you're having to, the Five of Swords could be conflict, struggle, but it could also be the thoughts in your mind, right? Especially if you're having like negative thinking, negative thoughts, and I do feel that that's what it's going to be, Leo. The outcome is positivity. The outcome is happiness, joy, abundance, all good things. There's no way that the sun in all its glory comes out and it's never not abundant, like, just kind of amplifying everything, right? Definitely something, the great injustice that has been done is probably what causes you to have the thoughts in the mind that you have. I do feel that the sudden change that's happening, it's almost like you think it's going to go one way, right? It's like you have this belief system that something's going to hurt you or something's not going to work out for you. But Spirit shows up. Spirit shows up loudly with 3 out of 4 major arcanas. Success, enlightenment, joy, happiness, optimism. So I think the optimism is a little bit of confirmation that we need to be cautious with the thoughts in the mind. All right, Leo, let's pull some Gilded Tarot. I love that. Diana says, sounds like she climbed that tower and won. Definitely overcome some fear. And whatever it is, it's like it took a long time. All right, 7 of Wands is here. 7 of Wands is healthy boundaries. It's protecting yourself. 5 of Swords, we have the Empress coming out. The Empress is connection to spirit. It's power. It's enlightenment, empowerment. There's something about like giving your power away. If you're arguing with anyone, if you're having any type of disagreements, definitely. Remember today I said that one of the tips that Spirit sent me was in those challenging moments, it's more helpful when we're quiet than when we're loud, right? There's something about the thoughts in the mind, though. So it's like you need to remind yourself of who you are so you can calm, or how powerful you are so you can calm the thoughts in the mind. There has been some type of great injustice, but again, it's very powerful energy. So it's like Spirit steps in to make something fair or make something right again. King of Swords is here. King of Swords is about authenticity, speaking truth, again, making something fair. With the Sun card, we have Three of Cups. Again, more joy, more happiness, celebrating soul family, soul tribe, soul sisters. I'm not sure what this is, Leo, but you've waited a really long time for it. I think whatever it is was heart crushing. I think it took a lot of time. There's something about the time that is sticking out to me. I'm sitting right in front of this clock too, so like it's sticking out to me. But it's like something's taken a long time. It's finally here. The great injustice is like finally made right again, and the amount of celebration that comes at the end of this week is so abundant. Remember, we talked about the sun being an Aquarius and how that energy just kind of makes all those other planets' energies that's in Aquarius as well, like more amplified. Does that make sense? So it's making this joy and this happiness and this soul tribe amplified more, bigger, brighter, sunnier, happier, all of that energy. I don't know what it is, but congratulations, right? My Leo is second house, so I'm kind of excited. I'm excited. I want to know what it is. And I do have this issue where I do forget like who I am, and that I can create what it is that I want. And whenever I do forget that, it does become challenging thoughts, right? To say the least. All right, Leo, let's pull some guidance. Distant thunder, clear the air. There could be some energy of something in your past, as we do have Mercury retrograde right around the corner. Faraway places, get ready for new horizons. I definitely feel that with the Sun card coming out at the end. Fogged in, go slow, take your time. How many of you feel like you've been dealing with the, what do they call it? Brain fog. Brain fog. I feel like that has been huge for me specifically, but I've heard a lot of you guys talking about it as well. Again, that was the message this morning when I walked out the door. Like, be patient, go slow, stay calm, breathe, all of those things, right? And did I make it through the day? We're here, right? And we're flying through all 12 signs, so I'm loving it. All right, the answers you need are coming. Full moon and Gemini. There's those twins again. Take time to breathe out. It's a dismenting moon. And confidence, look at this, is your key to success. It's new moon in Leo. All right, Leo, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. Guys, if the readings are pulling at your heartstrings, make sure you're tapping that like button for me. I'm going to clean up. We're going to move on to Sagittarius. Let me know if you have any issues in the chat. I'm gonna clean it up if I need to. I'm just trying not to care. All right, so Sagittarius is next. Sagittarius is my sixth house. It's where my moon sign is. Where is Sagittarius for you guys? All right, I'm gonna timestamp. Let's do 3533 because I see so the threes could be significant. I feel like I've seen a lot of threes today. This is for the week of February 8th through the 14th. And remember, your biggest cosmic influence is Saturn moving into Aries. This is the discipline that we didn't know we needed, right? The discipline that we didn't know we needed. All right, Sagittarius, the moon comes out. Cancer energy strongly. Energy of the week. Your challenge or obstacle. Look at this. You have the Emperor, another major lesson learned. You have Six of Coins coming out. Look at those scales of balance. And then your potential outcome. We do have the Two of Wands. So you do have a very important decision to make. And you have the Knight of Cups on the bottom. You have a very important decision to make about a specific person. Specific person. And this Knight of Cups, that Three of Swords underneath there, this Knight of Cups is not, it's not the King of Cups. Someone who's not ready. The maturity level is different. It could be someone who's very romantic. It could be someone who's very sensitive. Maybe it's a lover. Maybe it's someone who's proposed. But the energy is not aligned. That's why the Emperor is in your challenges or obstacles. You have a very important decision to make, Sagittarius, and the decision is between you, the Knight of Cups, and you, and your feelings about this person could be getting in the way. The energy has to be balanced in order for the person to continue moving forward with you in your journey. And we've reached a level or a state or like a place where, okay, so you know how people are always talking about like new earth, like we're the new earth, right? Or we're creating a new earth, or Pluto and Aquarius is the beginning of the creation of the new earth, right? Man, we got some special people in the chat tonight. Love it. But you know how you hear people talking about that all the time? So I don't think that like we're going to some other earth, or that like um we're leaving people behind, right? I believe like the frequency is rising. And most people who are, experiencing spiritual awakening and ascension, this type of stuff, um, it's like you're moving into alignment a lot easier than the weirdos that think we're weird, right? than the ones that are just out there and life's just slapping them in the face every day and they can't figure out why it's so challenging for them. So, um, it's not that like leaving someone behind and you're never going to see them again, right? Like it's not like that at all. It's just that your life could be smoother. You could be following your purpose. You could be healing your own soul. You could be building your legacy. But those things become delayed because you connect with energy that is unaligned, or you try to bring energy that is unaligned with you. You can't reach back and bring them up, but they can reach up and bring you down. Does that make sense? It's not that you have to leave somebody behind, Sagittarius. It's that you can't allow someone that's not in alignment to pull you back down. You've done too much work. You've gone too far. Why would you want to repeat those challenges? All right, let's look at the moon card. It is Cancer energy. You have judgment coming out, Scorpio energy. This is your purpose. This is alignment. This is hearing the calling. So you're feeling pulled between what Spirit's asking you to do in your own healing journey and what it is that you want to do. And you could feel like things are getting out of control, or you're struggling to feel balanced. You're struggling to stay calm. Page of Wands. Page of Wands could be reckless. It's young. Remember, pages are students, right? So it's like it wants to learn, it wants to know more, but it's not at your level. It's not, and I don't say that like you're better than now. It's not what I mean. I just mean that you've learned more through your spiritual awakening. You've begun to implement into your everyday life, and something that is still young, that is still new, that is not at its fullest potential could be tripping you up, could be slowing you down in some way. Six of Coins, of course, is about balance, energy exchange. It says handouts, sharing. King of Wands comes out. King of Wands is someone normally that we've put um, on a pedestal. It's possible that's what this is about, but it's also possible that you're fearful or lacking courage to make some type of decision. Most likely you're sticking to the old, the comfortable, what's normal for you. It's hard to choose change because it feels uncomfortable. We don't know what's going to happen. But Sagittarius, it does say you have choices. You are at a fork in the road and you do have a very important decision to make. Seven of Pentacles is here. Seven of Pentacles is about patience. It's very possible Spirit's asking you not to be reckless. I feel like Spirit wants you to be confident in your purpose. There's something about patience, but it's throwing me off because I don't feel like Spirit's asking you to wait for anyone. That's never, ever going to be the guidance. Spirit's never going to tell you to wait. Remember, your whole soul all on your own. But the Seven of Pentacles it's not just patience. It is a card that says you've been working hard on something. You see all those pentacles, like you've been working hard. You remember how I always tell you that the Eight of Pentacles means you're almost there, like you're almost to it, right? Remember the goal is 10 of Pentacles. So in that theory, right, then the Seven of Pentacles would be you're almost there. It's this energy of don't give up now. Don't quit now. Don't throw in the towel now. I'm feeling a strong sense of overwhelm, newness, not sure what it will turn into, what it's all meant to be, wanting to wait for someone or something. It is this energy of Seven of Pentacles, don't give up, don't quit now, but it's also this energy of you've done enough to begin to harvest something. You see how she's already starting to get her basket ready. She's already starting to pick the pinnacles out of the tree. It does say you don't want to overdo. You don't want to over harvest. You want to leave enough that the tree still has the fruit, the seeds to grow more, right? There's this energy of you don't want to overtake at this time. Your purpose, your alignment. This is the only major arcana. This is definitely the goal. It's like if your focus stays on your purpose and your calling, then everything aligns the way it's meant to, especially the don't quit now, don't throw in the towel, you're almost there. All right, let's pull some guidance. Welcome, everyone. Welcome. I'm going to use the Sacred Traveler. Emotional week for the fire signs. Action-packed week for the fire signs. Busy week. All right, taking shelter. The answers are within. I feel like the card came out in reverse. I don't really read reversal cards with the oracles. It's more about all of them. It's just about the energy of the card. I feel like, remember what I said earlier, like Spirit didn't give you all this information so that you could just go find a little cabin out in the woods, never talk to anybody, never have any experiences, and never use any of the guidance or information that you received, right? That's never going to be the answer. We're given all of this guidance and all of this information so that we could create the life that we wanted, and we can experience joy and happiness and success and enlightenment and all of these things, right? Passion and pleasure, savor your life comes out as well. Big confirmation. And surrender to the journey, release control comes out, Sagittarius. That's it. That's the reason that you're staying in where it's comfortable, or you're scared to make that decision, or you're trying to take something from the past with you because you're trying to still control some outcome because you feel comfortable in that energy and you're fearful of the uncomfortable. Man, if y'all knew me and you knew the spankings I get in these readings, your commitment is being tested. I wanted to say that when I was talking about that chaotic energy at the beginning of the live. It is about being tested. And a lot of people feel like, I hear people call it like spiritual attacks and and all kinds of stuff. And you can have whatever belief system suits you. I'm not going to tell people like what to believe. Um, is it something to derail you, to take you off course? Absolutely, it is. Absolutely. But remember, I don't believe in mistakes. I believe in delays. I believe that our soul has a journey and sometimes we delay off the path. But I believe that we go off the path because there's something down there that we needed to see, we needed to learn. I do feel that when we come back into alignment, we're smarter, we're wiser, we're braver, we're all the things, right? So it's very possible there is some type of again, I'm getting this energy of like something closing out and something new beginning, and you're feeling tested to go back to the old, to go back to the comfortableness, to go back to what it is that you know, Sagittarius. More confirmation. Ready? Don't let your past hold you back. It is the South Node, and your hard work is paying off. New moon in Capricorn. You could be dealing with a Capricorn, a Scorpio, a Cancer, or an Aries. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Sagittarius. I hope that was helpful. That's going to be the fire signs, guys, the fire signs. I'm going to do water signs next. Hi, so something a little unusual for the water signs. I feel like normally when we do water signs, I get like a wave of emotion, right? Water signs are known for being super emotional, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces, very passionate signs, right? Very intense signs. An interesting thing I noticed as I was getting ready is the calmness, because everything does feel very um, stirred up, chaotic, new, unknown. Um, it's it was interesting to see the water signs. I almost said at peace, but I think it's about protecting their peace. That's why this energy feels calm. It almost feels it's armored. It's wearing armor. It is protected. Um, Water signs are probably doing a lot to protect their energies at this time. Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. It's almost like they have to, right? All right, I did change out the Gilded Tarot for some regular Rider Waite. The rest of the cards I'm going to keep the same. I'm being told to take my time. All right, let's start with Cancer. 56. And so this is for the week of February 8th through the 14th. You do have Saturn moving into Aries. Saturn is the rule maker. Out of all the planets, there was like a police of the planets. Saturn would be the police, right? Saturn makes the rules. That's not really true. If you really know astrology, you know that Uranus makes the rules, but Saturn is the enforcer of the rules. There's something about needing to stay calm when it comes to rules being enforced. Something about not overreacting. Three of Cups is on the bottom. There could be three people involved or three things separated three ways, something like this. All right. Here we go, Cancer. Energy of the week. I'm using the uh, Enchanted Soul Tarot. We have Ace of Cups, intuition, overflow of emotion, new love, Page of Swords, someone young, something new. Um, it could be communication, inspiration. I think it's inspiration. Perspective is coming in your lesson learned to help you with challenge or obstacle. And look at the star. Wow, Cancer. Renewal, hope, again, inspiration, two different cards. So you start the week with the challenge about something about inspiration, finding new inspiration, new motivation, something like this, especially in the things that we're experiencing in just today's time. Everything seems very dark, right? So the energy is challenging, but perspectives is here, and it's very much like look at it from a different perspective. Try to find the positive, and it's very much Cancer like you do because the star is here, and it's like suddenly you have this new hope. It's also giving me like a clean slate. 56 minutes even. Okay, a little regular rider weight, those cards that everyone knows. Let's look at that Ace of Cups. So we do have the Knight of Swords coming out. Freedom, liberation, understanding. Three of Swords coming out. Both of those cards trying to come out in reverse. Knight of Cups coming out for perspective. The Star coming out on top of the Star. Again, when that happens, that is this energy of bigger confirmation, right? It's doubling up the energy of the card. It's giving you more confirmation, saying the same thing, saying it twice. It's like hope is needed. Inspiration is needed. Page of Swords is wanting to know how, but not sure what move to make, what to say. It's going to be communication. So not sure what to say or how to say it. The new perspective is understanding. So Knight of Cups is knights need to be courageous. They need to deliver messages about their element, and the cups is emotion. So it's like you're struggling to figure out how to say something about how you feel. You're struggling to tell someone how you feel. You could even be struggling to see it from their perspective. The star is almost like you're wishing for something new. You're wishing for some clean slate, a new beginning. I think that's what it is. You're almost wishing for a new beginning. It's like you want to start over. You want to heal something. You may even want to understand why something was broken or why someone couldn't tell you how they felt before. The Aquarius energy coming out strongly with the star card twice. The Knight of Swords is my clue card for a breakup. You could be breaking free from something, or this could have something to do with someone that you have been in a relationship with previously. Maybe you've had these thoughts before. That's it. You've had these thoughts before. All right, let's pull some guidance for Cancer. Choose your path. All is possible. Breaking trail. A breakthrough is at hand. And embracing enthusiasm. Shout to the heavens with happiness. I definitely feel like you're choosing something important. And there is this extreme amount of excitement, inspiration to start something new. Art is always going to be something. All right, Moonology to close it out. Cancer, time to give rather than take. It's new moon in Virgo. Prosperity lies ahead. It's new moon in Taurus. And surrender to the divine. It's the full moon. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Cancer. I hope that reading was helpful. I'm going to clean up. We're going to move on to Scorpio. I'm getting a lot of Mercury retrograde shadow energy. You guys pick it up, or you see it in the readings? I feel like I'm picking it up strongly. There's energy of old relationships, energy of people from the past, energy of old worries or old concerns, things that can be stopped picking back up. Strong Mercury retrograde energy. All right, let's see what comes out for Scorpio. All right, let's do 105 even. 105 even. What are the odds? Oh, 105 is a pretty significant number in my journey. But Scorpio, this is for February 8th through the 14th. You do have Saturn moving into Aries on the 13th. This energy is going to help you with self-discipline. Self-discipline. All right, I'm going to start out with the tarot. Let's get energy of the week for Scorpio. We do have 5 of coins coming out. Challenge or obstacle, we have 6 of swords. Lesson learned, we have King of coins and potential out King of cups. This is going to be challenging, so everyone get your big boy pants, big girl pants on, right? Three of Wands is on the bottom. Three of Wands does say that you're about to take new action towards your future. This is going to be a challenging week. I'm just going to jump in, okay? I'm just going to go for it. 5 of coins is feeling left out in the cold, feeling abandoned, feeling like you don't have enough of something. Someone shut the door on you and left you out. 6 of Swords is being guided to calmer waters by Spirit. It's going to be challenges or obstacles because Spirit's been guiding you and you haven't listened. I know that because King of Coins is in your lessons learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle. You see that wise owl? King of Coins is about responsibility and taking responsibility. It's also about knowing something, Scorpio. It's also about knowing something. You know something. It's like almost like you know you didn't do something or you haven't done something that you needed to do. It definitely could have something to do with finances, job, a material situation. It could have something to do with a father, which it says it right here, father. It could have something to do with the boss. But the King of Cups is the outcome. King of Cups is my 2 card for Divine Masculine. The King of Cups is the energy of counselor, mentor, therapist. And of course, through my own personal journey, I added coach. It's someone who has control of their emotions. It's someone whose emotions do not control their actions. It's possible you're going through some financial hardship. It's possible Spirit is trying to guide you to calmer waters, but for whatever reason, you're not taking responsibility. You're not stepping up to the plate. I'm not sure why the King of Coins is here. Regardless, you're going to have to get control of your emotions. You're going to have to stay calm through something that could seem chaotic. All right, let's pull a little tarot. The Fool comes out on its own. The Fool is about needing to take a leap of faith, needing to start over. Could have something to do with not thinking something through. Cards are coming out on their own. Page of Pentacles comes out for the 6 of Swords. 6 of Swords is, again, being guided to calmer waters. It's in your challenges or obstacles because you didn't listen. Page of Pentacles is You must have now listened about something that has to do with taking some type of new action or a new step, um, handling something a different way. Again, could have something to do with someone who's young. Pages are students, not at their fullest potential, needing to learn more. King of Coins says you have some responsibility. Um, you have some inner knowing about something. Again, it could have something to do with a provider, a father, a boss. Queen of Swords is here. Queen of Swords is, there's something about the boundaries with Queen of Swords. Um, it's someone who speaks harsh truths. There's something about not enough compassion. Someone is struggling to have enough compassion or have more compassion. Someone could be it could be something about running out of understanding. It could be something about enforcing. The Queen of Swords is known for building high walls. It could be something about um, doing something to protect yourself. There's something about the beaded. It's like she's wearing a bracelet or a necklace around her wrist, and the beads stuck out to me. Could have something to do with prayer. It could have something to do with knowing that you can speak with power. King of Cups says, get control of your emotions. King of Swords says, get control of your emotions. Ten of Wands is on the bottom. It does say that you're going through something that's challenging, but it does say you will overcome. You're going to overcome by speaking your truth, being authentic, not pretending to be something you're not lying or covering up for others. You could be dealing with an Aries, or you could just be dealing with someone who is young or immature. It could be a student. It could be a child. All right, Scorpio, here's. All right, let's try that again. Fellow travelers, support is all around you. Scorpio's cards just want to fly. Staying focused, hold the course, and journey by moonlight, believe in magic. All right, let's pull. This is going to be about faith here. Faith over fear, Scorpio. Something could be trying to derail you, distract you. Have faith in your dreams. It's the waxing crescent moon. It's time to take action. I feel this strongly. The Fool card came out first. New moon in Aries. The Fool card is Aries. Meditate and contemplate. New moon in Pisces. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Scorpio. I hope that reading was helpful. If it was, make sure to tap that like button for me. I'm going to clean up really quickly. We're going to move on to Pisces. Is it still cutting in and out? Thank you. That was a hard one. I don't know. I don't know what to say about that. There's children. Sometimes when you do this, you see more than you want to. All right, Pisces, let's timestamp. Let's do 11646 for Pisces. And Pisces, this is going to be for the week of February 8th through February 14th. You do have Saturn moving into Aries on the 13th. That is going to help you find some self-discipline this week. Let's see how that energy plays out for Pisces. I'm starting out with the Enchanted Soul Tarot. Bottom of the deck, I do see Four of Swords. Energy of the week, we have King of Swords. Challenge or obstacle, we have the Empress. Ten of Wands is lesson learned. Queen of Coins comes out as your outcome. This is everything passes. Everything passes. Four of Swords on the bottom. You went through something that's challenging. It was some type of struggle. It made you feel like you were carrying a lot of weight, maybe the weight of others, maybe other people's burdens, other people's responsibilities. It took you a minute to remember that, like who you are, your power, maybe even your manifestation power, because Queen of Coins is becoming your own resource. You're manifesting and drawing to you what it is that you want. You're doing this by speaking truth. King of Swords, having the courage to speak your truth. All right, let's pull some clarifiers for Pisces. We got the Ten of Coins coming out. Wheel of Fortune for the Empress. Things have felt stuck for a little while. Nine of Pentacles, maybe you're like the financial, I don't know, there's a lot of financial weight on your shoulders. Like maybe you're the responsible one, the breadwinner, that type of energy. Queen of Coins, you start walking towards equal effort. Maybe you find someone that matches your energy or your effort, Pisces, someone that can help, has the same goals, wants to achieve the same things. It does feel like you've been waiting for this energy for some time. Jupiter is coming into play. I would look on your chart, Pisces. Where is Jupiter for you? It is making a very significant transit in 2026. We're going to talk more about it, of course, as it gets closer. But it's like there's a major shift here for Pisces energy. Knight of Pentacles is on the bottom. Knight of Pentacles, again, slow moving. So whatever this is coming in was very slow moving. I know that Eight of Cups, if you read tarot, you're like, that means that you're walking away from something, Rosa, and you are. You're walking away from the belief system that you don't deserve equal effort. All right. Let's pull some guidance for Pisces. I feel like this was the fastest, easiest reading of the whole night so far. Valiant courage, take action with passion, wandering path, enjoy the journey. And one more for Pisces, voyage of the heart, love flows through you and to you. Definitely feel like there is some Two of Cups energy here, right? Soulmate energy, partnership. I want the same thing you want. Let's work together. You are good enough. Full moon in Virgo. Time to release negativity. Full moon in Scorpio. And don't let your pride get in your way. Look at this. Full moon in Leo. Guys, we just had the full moon in Leo. I imagine all of this energy shifted at that full moon in Leo. It gave you the courage to fight for something, some type of truth. King of Swords, right? And it almost like made, I don't know, it almost like made people give you some type of earning, like respect. You earn some respect. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that was helpful. All right, going to clean up and we're going to move to the earth signs, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. My neck just popped. I can't remember who it was, but someone else said something to me about our aches and pains. I don't know if you guys remember when we talked about ascension symptoms. And the whole world is ascending, right? Like all at the same time. Mass awakening. So a lot of us are feeling a lot of aches, pains, joints, stiffness. I feel like Spirit's definitely been telling me to stretch more, exercise more, yoga more, all the things, you know. Now, it doesn't mean that I've done those things every time I was told. I told Miss Tina, I feel like the last 2 years not having my own space has definitely been a little rough. A lot of packing and going here, and packing and going there, and packing and going here. And, definitely ready for my own space. But I feel like it also got me very much out of my self-care routine. Doesn't mean that I can't perform self-care on the go, right? Um, but I feel like it's definitely a lot easier when you have a space, a sacred space. You know what I mean? All right, let's timestamp Taurus. Let's do 124:30. In Taurus, this is going to be for the week of February 8th through February 14th. I'm going to start out with the Enchanted Soul Tarot. Bottom of the deck, you have the Moon, Cancer energy. King of Coins is coming out for your energy of the week. Five of Swords, challenge or obstacle. The Strength card is lesson learned to help you with challenge or obstacle. Four of Cups is your outcome. Taurus, your emotions are slowing you down from manifesting something that you want. Luckily for you, the Leo full moon energy could have definitely given you some courage to swap out these negative thoughts. You're not going to manifest anything in low vibration other than more low vibration. I feel like I tell you guys that all the time. All right, King of Coins, mature male, businessman, provider, the chariot flies out. Cancer energy. There is some energy here about right and wrong, no gray area. Again, it's like something has to match or it cannot go with you. Five of Swords, negative thoughts, Four of Cups, Four of Cups. Four of Cups is being able to manifest, using all the ingredients you have to manifest what it is that you want. If you feel like you're struggling to manifest what it is you want, it's because you're focused on the low vibrational thoughts. You're focused on the negativity. You're focused on the thing that is challenging or hard. The high priestess is inner knowing. So there's something about not knowing the outcome to something. So it's hard for you to continue persevering or pushing through. You're not sure how it's going to turn out. Four of Cups is the outcome. Jupiter comes out. Wheel of Fortune. Good luck. Good fortune. Here's the thing, Taurus. You're scared of something and you're just going to draw, you may not necessarily, just because you're scared of something doesn't mean you're going to manifest it. But can you draw in more fear and more anxiety and more indecisiveness? Yes, absolutely. 100%. The theme for you this week, Taurus, is going to be to pay attention to your thoughts. Stop ignoring the negative thinking. It's not serving you any. It's not helping you. It's not getting you what you know can be yours. What you know you can have. It's not helping you get there. Something changes this week. It's very drastic with the chariot. It's very fast. It's very emotional. All right, let's pull some guidance for Taurus. Cancer energy, you could be dealing with Cancer, Sagittarius. Vast vistas, expand your horizons. Reaching your destination. Your light is shining brightly. Last one, answering the call. The time is now. Whenever I see this call, this card, sometimes I actually like hear a phone ringing. But it's giving more of energy of purpose. You're answering the call, you're answering what you feel drawn to. And when you do that, when you answer that inner calling, that inner knowing that there's something you're supposed to be doing, that's when good luck, fortune happens. That's when you start to manifest what it is that you actually want. All right, let's pull Moonology to close it out for Taurus. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. Step out of your comfort zone. It's the North Node. Taurus, where's your North Node? Hold your vision. It's the fixed moon. And the time for healing. It's the boss moon. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Taurus. I hope that reading was helpful. Make sure you're tapping that like button for any of the messages are pulling at your heartstrings. And we're going to move on to Virgo. Where are we at? Hour and a half? Holy moly. Let's do 131. Let's wait for it. 131:11 for Virgo. And this is for February 8th through the 14th. So Saturn moving into Aries. Virgo, I would look on your chart. Where is Aries? Where is Saturn? Could give you some clues. Let's start with the energy of the week. We have the King of Wands coming out. This is about having courage to take passionate action. Lovers comes out in your challenge or obstacle. It's about choosing yourself. Ten of Coins comes out. It's about goals and achievements. And the Knight of Cups comes out. This is about being courageous enough to deliver a message of love. Two of Coins on the bottom. It speaks on feeling pulled into many directions. My North Node is in Virgo, third house. All right, let's pull a little tarot and get a little more information. All right, so we have Two of Wands coming out, or I'm sorry, Page of Wands. I swear I saw Two of Wands. Page of Wands coming out for King of Wands. This could be reckless action. This could be reckless. King of Wands is supposed to be a leader, a mentor, someone who's bold. But with the Page of Wands coming out, I mean, Virgo, it could be saying that you need to be bold when it comes to spiritual awakening. That's probably very much it. But with that Page of Wands coming out on top of that King of Wands, and remember, Wands is like fiery, passionate, quick. So a king that could be when they're in their, I don't know, king energy, they're not reckless, right? They're just passionate and quick to decide. But when a page comes out, it's like that energy isn't at its fullest potential. So the king isn't at its fullest potential. The Lovers is being able to choose yourself, right? Being able to choose to love and heal yourself. Four of Cups comes out. Four of Cups says you're ignoring something. It is about manifestation. I do feel like you're trying to manifest some type of love relationship, some type of intimate closeness. Maybe you're feeling lonely. You want someone to be there for you, something like this. But Four of Cups is here, and you see how in the Four of Cups, he's always got his arms crossed, and he's kind of looking at the Three Cups like he doesn't know what to do with them, or he's not really satisfied with them. But he never notices the cup that Spirit is sending him. He's too busy looking at what he has that he's not satisfied with. You're struggling to choose yourself because you're too busy looking at what you have that you're not satisfied with. Ten of Coins is lesson learned to help you with your challenge or obstacle. There's something you want. Ten of Coins is like a really big goal, something that you're trying to achieve. You're not going to be able to achieve this if you don't pay attention to something that Spirit's asking you to do, which is most likely take care of you, heal you, replenish you, choose you. Why is it so hard for us to choose ourselves? I wish I had the answer to that. Ten of Coins, what you want. Eight of Swords. It's a self-restriction. You're not getting your goals or achieving your goals because you're limiting yourself in some way. Knight of Cups says you gain some courage. Look at that. Queen of Wands is also courage. So by the end of the week, you gain some type of courage to take some type of passionate action to release yourself from some restriction that has been keeping you from being able to achieve your goals. And I believe all of that boils down to that Lovers card, which is choosing you. The world is on the bottom. It's like Spirit's giving you a new opportunity. All right. Guidance. Finding sanctuary, opening to your spiritual source. I dropped one. View from above, get the bigger picture. That's the one that's sticking out to me. And impasse, reflect and redirect your energy. All right, Moonology to close it out for Virgo. Ooh, a new romantic cycle begins. New moon in Libra. Show the world the real you. Full moon in Aquarius. And look at this. You're very close to achieving your goal. All right, I'm going to leave it right there, Virgo. I hope that was helpful. Let's clean up and we're going to move on to Capricorn. Ooh, big yawns. All right, let's timestamp Capricorn. Let's do 139.09. So Capricorn, this is for February 8th through the 14th. One thing that's sticking out to me right away is going to be the timestamp with the 9. I believe Aries also had some 9s in the timestamp. There's this energy of wrapping up old cycles. There's a little bit of urgency with your energy. A lot of times, Spirit's telling me to like slow down or calm down, and there's a sense of something picking up or going quicker. It could just be a flow of information. 5 of coins is on the bottom. 5 of cups is the energy of the week. 2 of cups is the challenge or obstacle. 2 of coins is the lesson learned. Queen of swords is the outcome. Five of Cups, grief, isolation, sadness, living in the past. King of Pentacles, responsibility. Two of Cups, partnership, equal effort, soulmate, strength card. All of this is going to have something to do with your soulmate. Two of Coins, juggling finances, choices, cycles spinning, High Priestess, inner knowing. Queen of Swords, quick-witted, Queen of Swords, quick-witted. Remember when I told you that two cards come out on top of each other, same card? It's a double whammy. It's a multiply it by 1,000, right? Queen of Swords is healthy boundaries and speaking your truth. Something isn't working for you and you know that it's not working for you. It's keeping you imbalanced. Capricorn is my 7th house, relationships. Strength card is Leo energy. You could be dealing with a Leo, but I don't think so. I think this has a lot to do with the Leo full moon that we just experienced. I think, Capricorn, that you're struggling to find the courage to say something you know you need to say. Bottom of the deck is 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is perseverance. Don't quit now. Whatever it is you need to say, Queen of Swords, healthy boundaries. Respecting others' boundaries, respecting each other's boundaries. Speaking truth. You could be feeling pulled between your thoughts about something and how you feel about something. I think you're scared of losing something. Two of Coins also says money stress, cash flow. All right, let's pull some guidance for Capricorn. Discover truth. You stand in the light of truth. This is definitely going to be about speaking your truth. There's something you want. Maybe there's something you feel like you can't have. First light, beginning a new cycle. I said that with the 9s. Grace and gratitude. Through gratitude, joy expands. Whenever I see this card, Spirit saying be grateful for what you have and more will come. Moonology, conclusions are within reach. Full moon eclipse. We have new moon eclipse, February 17th. The end of a tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. I feel this. I feel this. But none of these cards show it. Communication is key. This is why. So this is a really challenging reading. I flew through it because I'm not a fan of this card. And to have this card and this card back to back is BS. I don't know how else to say that. So the energy was hard to read, not because I couldn't read it, but because I don't want to feel it. There's something you're not saying, there's some truth that you're not speaking, there's some boundary that you're not enforcing, there's some boundary you're not respecting. You're either giving too much or you're taking too much. You're going to know. You're going to know. But it is a rare opportunity to get a 5 of Cups and a 5 of Coins in the same reading. Your truth is really the only thing that's going to help you find your balance with this soulmate. That's all I'm going to say. It's interesting because in my own journey, I know what this is about, and I've repeatedly said that I feel like you ever know when someone's lying or not telling you whole truth, and you're like, man, I wish they would just know that they don't have to pretend to be someone they're not. They could just be themselves, and it wouldn't change how I feel about the person or the situation. Your mind is so set on the situation that nothing they do is going to change your mind, right? So it's there's no need to act a certain way or pretend to be someone you're not or lie about something that doesn't. It's there's no need. There's this fear for Capricorn to lose something. So it's I gotta, and I don't know what it is. Maybe you're just pretending to be strong. You know what I'm trying to say? And maybe you don't feel strong in this moment. And maybe you just need to say that. Okay, I'm tired and I don't feel strong right now. It's gonna be something like that. Twitch, we are doing all 12 signs tonight. I know. We need to go over there and check them tabs. It probably says we're doing free readings. Free readings were on Tuesday night. Tuesday night we do free readings. Thursday night we do our 12 signs. Aquarius. Aquarius is the last one we do. Leo was the second one we did. No. Did it feel like it? That was Capricorn. Well, they don't have to come back. I mean, they clearly got a message, right? Sometimes the spirit gets the message to you one way or another. All right, so air signs are next. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius to wrap up the night. Long night again. All right, let's start with Gemini. I don't even remember. I have to go back and watch them myself, you guys. I tell people that. They just look at me funny. I do. I have to go back. I use the timestamps that I put in the description box. I have to jump back and forth. It happens. Good night, Twitch. Good night. All right, let's get to Gemini. 150, 125. So the fives are sticking out. Ones and fives. There's change and there's new beginnings. All right, Gemini, February 8th through the 14th. I am using the Enchanted Soul Tarot. And Saturn comes into Aries. Not only is Saturn bringing us discipline, but Saturn is also in Aries, helping us understand the importance of choosing ourselves and giving us the tools that we need to be able to do so. All right, bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. Energy of the week, we have the Seven of Cups, so there's some confusion starting out right away. Challenge or obstacle is taking that next step towards your future. Three of Wands. Lesson learned to help you with the challenge or obstacle is Eight of Wands. Things are going to start moving very quickly. You could get a burst of new information. And Six of Coins is your potential outcome. The energy becomes more level and more balanced. The High Priestess, bottom of the deck, is overall energy. So the overall reading is something to do with your inner knowing. Seven of Cups says you're struggling to make a decision or pick something that you want. It could also be procrastination. Like you're not picking, you're not taking the action. You know that if you choose something, it's going to take you somewhere else, somewhere unknown. Queen of Pentacles comes out. Queen of Pentacles is doing something on your own. Wheel of Fortune says it's time. I felt that the moment I turned that Three of Wands over. There's something about lacking confidence. That's why you're waiting or procrastinating. Eight of Wands, we have the Hanged Man. This is more waiting and procrastination. This is Pisces energies. Two major arcanas coming out back to back. We do have the Five of Pentacles as the outcome. Someone steps in to help. You've been doing something on your own for a very long time. You're going to be called to take some new action where you're going to have to release control of a situation. And it's like someone steps in to help you in from the cold. Someone helps you balance something about your health. It could be mental health, emotional health, physical health, and it could even be financial health. Four of Cups is on the bottom, manifestation. All right, Gemini. Maybe having to take responsibility for your health. Again, it could be physical health, spiritual health, mental health, financial health, all of it. Desert Passage, trust that there's a divine plan. Watching the clouds, lie back, rest, and relax. This reading is giving strong faith over fear energy. A mystic healer, healing energy flows through you. There's definitely some type of healing happening here with this Five of Pentacles. It's like someone comes in and helps you heal that. Charity, exchange, benevolence, handouts, welfare, sharing, generosity, assistance. right, let's pull astrology to close it out for Gemini. This is going to help with your thoughts and emotions. You could be overthinking, I'm getting over worrying with that Queen of Pentacles. A time for healing, cosmic moon. A new romantic cycle begins. I want to point out those scales. Do you see the scales? Scales. And last one, hold your vision, the fixed moon. All right, Gemini, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. I feel like that was one of the little bit easier readings of the night. All right, let's see if that energy carries through into Libra. All right, 157.25 for Libra. And this is for February 8th through February 14th. So this is Valentine's week. Our energy is coming up strongly. So let's see how that works out for Libra. Six of Cups, reunion, nostalgia, someone from your past influences. All right, Libra, challenge or obstacle, Seven of Wands. This is about healthy boundaries and protecting yourself. Lesson learned, we do have Five of Coins. This is about feeling abandoned or rejected, isolation, struggle. Six of Swords, you're going to be guided to calmer waters. This is giving strong Mercury retrograde, someone from the past returning. Have you learned the lesson? Are you enforcing boundaries? Are you protecting yourself? I feel like this person maybe left you out in the cold before. Maybe loneliness is on here. So it's like you felt some type of loneliness or isolation or abandonment with this energy. Ace of Wands is on the bottom. It's giving strong twin-ishy vibes. It's giving fate, destiny, that type of energy. Yay! All right, Libra, let's pull some tarot and see if we can get a little bit more information. Let's look at that Six of Cups reunion energy. We do have Seven of Swords coming out. There's some type of disbelief. Six of Swords again, Six of Swords over here. Spirit could be asking you to guard yourself or protect yourself, or Spirit could be asking you to go to calmer waters. Five of Coins, financial hardship, abandonment, loneliness, the Star. This is bright hope for the future. And Nine of Wands, Six of Swords. You're not giving up on something. You will persevere. I do feel like something comes back around to give you a little bit of a test. But like I said, I do feel that you continue forward on your journey. Aquarius energy strongly with the Star. Let's pull out some guidance for Libra. Solitude and silence, peace prevails. So that's pretty clear. Spirit telling you what to do there. Rainbow blessings. Blessings are showering your life. In unknown territory, you're exactly where you need to be. That's the one, isn't it, Libra? I feel like it's easier for you this time. I will say that. All right, Moonology. Adjustments are required. Third quarter moon. Emotions are running high. The super moon. I can feel that. And here it is. I don't want to be Debbie Downer. I really feel like this person returns and they're not quite ready, Libra. What do you need to release? It's the waning moon. I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. And let's move on to the last one of the night. Aquarius. So much going on in Aquarius. The sun is in Aquarius right now as we speak, along with about 5 or 6 other planets, asteroids, stars. A lot going on. And all of that up there just touching Pluto. And Pluto is in this energy right now where I don't know. I wouldn't want to be too close. You know what I mean? All right, Aquarius, let's timestamp 20125 because I see it. And this is going to be for the week of February 8th through the 14th. We do have Saturn moving into Aries this week. Let's see how that energy plays out for you. Five of Wands comes out. The Fool comes out. Three of Coins comes out. And Ten of Cups, thank goodness. All right, Aquarius, we're going to start out a little challenging, but we're going to work our way through to getting what it is that we want. Bottom of the deck is the Moon. I feel like you're manifesting something, tapping into high vibrational energy. All right, so Five of Wands is challenges. It's not Five of Swords. I don't like that card. It's not one of my favorites. If I had to pick a five, I feel like all the fives are pretty challenging. But if I had to pick one, I would say the Five of Wands is probably the least challenging. It's pretty interesting though, because Five of Wands actually represents challenges. It says that you're going through things that are difficult. The reason that I say that if I had to pick one, I would pick this one. It's because Five of Swords, they're stabbing each other. It's the worst one to get. Um, Five of Pentacles, you feel abandoned or rejected. Um, Five of Cups, Five of Pentacles is you feel left out in the cold. Five of Pentacles is you feel abandoned, loneliness, despair, right? So all those energies are so challenging. Five of Wands, the least challenging out of the fives. Fives literally mean challenge. There's change happening. We don't like change. It's hard for us. We don't know how to get used to things. We like the old. Even if the old is not really that comfortable, we call it our comfort place because that's what we know, right? You're going through a series of changes. And is it challenging? Of course. But here's another reason I like the Five of Wands. Five of Wands is also you're ready. You're prepared. You've been preparing for all of this. And you're ready now. The Fool is in your challenges or obstacle because you keep telling yourself you're not ready. And the Fool says it's time for you to take a leap of faith. It's time for you to start something new. It's time for you to go through that door. Three of Coins is like minds, people working together, collaboration. Ten of Cups is getting what you want, emotional contentment, happiness, stability, success. All right, let's pull a little tarot. We have the Death card coming out. So the challenges are coming to an end the moment you take this leap of faith. Scorpio energy. Nine of Pentacles is slow moving energy. It's taking you a long time to finally let go and start over. Three of Coins, you have the Devil card. Three of Coins does say you have support around you. Capricorn energy is here. Someone who works hard, someone who's loyal, someone who's faithful, someone who will help you get through just about anything. It's very possible that you need to break away from belief systems that are holding you back or slowing you down. Things like telling yourself that you can't have what it is that you want, right? I do feel that you're going to get some type of assistance. Could be a Scorpio, could be a Capricorn. In the end, Aquarius gets what they want, and look, that's what they want. The Lovers, Gemini energy coming out strong. All right, let's pull some guidance for Aquarius, Scorpio, Capricorn, Gemini, and Aries coming out for Aquarius. All right, stepping into power, you are strong beyond measure. Begin now, take your first step, and overcoming obstacles, you can overcome anything. Moonology to close it out for Aquarius. Guys, I'll be back on Tuesday night. We'll do love and astrology. I will talk about the astrology and I will offer some mini readings at the end. So come back and join me Tuesday night. We're going to talk about that Aquarius new moon solar eclipse. and your loved ones are safe. New moon in Cancer. A fiery climax approaches. Your dreams need a practical plan. All right, I'm going to leave it right there. I hope that reading was helpful. Thank you guys for coming in and joining me and hanging out with me. I know it was a super long live. I feel like not as long as last week, so that's a little something, right? All right, guys, make sure if you're new, you have your notification bell hit to all so it lets you know when I decide to go live. Our normal schedule is Tuesday and Thursday. I don't want to make any promises, but I mean, it is possible that we will pop on with the music and tarot. We'll all offer some mini readings then too. So make sure those notification bells are on. If not, I'll see you guys Tuesday night at 8 p.m. when we talk about that Aquarius solar eclipse. I love y'all, and I'm always, always, always sending you abundant love and light on your journey. Have a good night, everyone.